tons of good matchups, really good lane matchup, and game matchup in general against Timbersaw. It's one of the classic heroes that teams are running right now when they face that Timber. The lane matchup against Lone is fine. Yeah, it's a cool last pick.
Yeah, this bottom lane, the tri-lane on tri-lane action here between Liquid and Nigma. I mean, which tri-lane would you be happier to be a part of down on this bottom half of the map?
Probably still Liquids. They have a great aggressive potential. We see right now already onto Miracle. Yeah, he gets brought down very quickly. I think they just have, they just have better traditional supports, and without any creeps, like Chen's gonna struggle. If you do hit the triple heroes with your Resonant Pulse, should be pretty nice for his absorb.
Yeah, that makes it very hard for Nigma really to go on him. If anything, Nigma are going to be finding kills on the supports if they're out of position.
Ooh,
but
Kuroki.
It's Kuro that's taken a bit of the brunt of the attack as Tiger's able to lead in, hit him with the stun, pulled back by the Remnant. Kuro pots the Fairy Fire. They're trying to bring down Tiger first. They will get it. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Maybe they can turn it into more Nigma as they look towards Mickey. Mickey's got the Resonant Pulse, giving him some protection, but it is enough jump forward with the leap. GH, he's trying to finish the kill, but he's under the tower. He hasn't got enough damage to finish Mickey as Mickey tangos and sails back up to safety. Both teams really going for it. They're on the bottom lane. Top lane, Boxy, able to get a bit of revenge. And down bottom, we've seen sort of the tri-lane slightly favoring Liquid. Overall, it's not bad for Miracle. Miracle's still getting good farm. He's going to try and jump in. And with the pullback from the Remnant, he's in a bit of trouble. Tiger hits him with a stun to hold back Kuro. TP's coming in from Weehaw. In they go. Weeha's going to look to try and get on top of Mickey. He's a little on the mana. He's got a mango. Will pop it. It's not enough mana for the lasso, but he may not need it by the looks of it. A lot of napalm stacks on Mickey. He's over him with the Firefly. Weehaw will be able to take him down with that first bot's movement. And what's sort of Boxy's best route for items this game? Is there a certain Ori that you want to see him rushing straight up to help out his team in these early fights?
Oh, it's just a tough. Every time I see a Timber versus Baron, it's hard. But mid lane,
it's another movement. Weehaw getting incredibly active. Quoifa does manage to get the true form off. It's not enough to save him. Not quite tanky enough with the use of the two ults of Mind Control and Weehaw. They take down Quoifa. Nigma, they are really picking up the pace.
Looking at this aggressive warding game right now, I believe it's just been GH placing all of them, but it's phenomenal how much vision he's able to get. Even denies the obs ward that Insania was trying to take.
Back towards the river. And Liquid, they do look to go on to Mind Control, but Mind Control, he just turns with the roar. Quoifa just dies to the army. The Boars and the Necrobug take him down. Tiger's also going to fall as Weehar's able to charge straight in. They're even moving over towards Mickey. He tries to put down the Remnant, but Weehar's already in with the lasso, dragging Mickey back. Mickey's got 15-1 charges, but it doesn't matter. Knocked back into the arrow. Nigma take a third kill.
That Necro 3 is going to be pretty devastating.
Up top.
Boxy.
See what they can do here. GH has already thrown out the arrow. They may not even need it though. Weehaw, he's just on top of Boxy. Boxy chaining away. Insania's there to help try and push Weehaw back. He'll use the curse to ensure that he can't close in on the Boxy anymore. GH jumps in with the magical nuke. It's not quite enough, but Boxy still ends up going to his death as he timber changed back into the Firefly. He wasn't needed. I don't think the damage from the Timbersaw was needed to kill Weehaw, but Boxy just offered up his life. If you lose a fight, Nigma will take towers very quickly for this early on in the game, and indeed the Bear already suffering an immense amount of damage as they move in onto it. Quoifa will still keep it just alive. Boxy, he's jumped in again underneath the tower. Will manage to chain away, but Weehaw is chasing him down. A Remnant will be dropped. Boxy, he's been silenced by the cloud. Miracle jumps forward. They'll block him off as well. There's no escape for Boxy. Another death around the mid. The curse is used. Okay. Can Liquid turn around on this? It doesn't look like it. I mean, well, I say that. They're trying. Mickey's leading forward, but they just don't have the damage. Nigma do not care about Mickey at this point in time. They move their attention back over towards Quoifa's Bear. They will finally be able to take it, so 300 gold going the way of Nigma. The rest of Liquid, they've just got to retreat. Quoifa will go with the resummon onto the Bear. Nigma a little hesitant about diving any closer towards this tier 2. They will start to poke at the Bear. Another flame break back. This was a fresh summon. He's got to be careful, Quoifa. The embrace comes out. They're doing their best to keep that Bear alive, but it's not going to work. That is the Bear gone. No resummon for 100 seconds on Quoifa.
Miracle does go down for it, though.
Nigma and the Mind Control still trying to poke. Kuro from the back. Able to get the wrap in. Tiger, he's turning, but he can't. He's too squishy at this point. They're not Boxy back in. Boxy, 5 stacks of napalm upon him. Liquid, another team fight that they lose drastically.
Huh. And an interesting build, too. I just saw that. So I saw how fast Kuroki actually killed the Wyvern.
It's got the Vlad stun, so an additional aura added into the armory of Nigma.
And they're watching this movement already by Boxy. They have 2 wards already positioned around this top tower.
And he's quite far alone.
There's a lasso in 1 second.
Making his way over, but they'll just turn on Insania. Delete the threat of the curse, and it'll only take a second. Mind control with a quick roar, and Insania is gone. They have to back out of this area of the map. It will be another tower for Nigma as objectives continue to fall, and we get close to the point where they could look to take Roche themselves. They're getting all the items required. They can take sort of any objective they wish. Miracle, he's even trying to make a play under Quaifa. Quaifa does manage to get the true form out, but GH is there with a wraparound, jump forward with the nuke. Quaifa, he's going to go down for sure here. It's another kill for Nigma, another death for Quaifa.
The whole pace of the game, and with GH having such successful rotations, it's been phenomenal. I mean, this is a Spirit Vessel finished up so early, and Spirit Vessel versus Lone Druid versus Timbersaw versus Wyvern. Amazing item.
They're going to take the time to jump out of the pit, get a few kills before they finish it. Insania was trying to get out, take a bit of coverage back in his favor, something that's incredibly hard to do so with the Beastmaster, with the Necro books. You're just constantly losing control of your whole half of the map.
Sentry wards to be able to cover yourself, as you see the 2 supports on Liquid are very broke, and they still can't actually protect it.
I mean, are we seeing any sort of item from Liquid's heroes that could change the upcoming engagements? What are we seeing? Quaifa on top of the Mask of Madness. He's got a Javelin, that's about it. Miracle, he's just cleaning up supports with the Diffusal Blade. It's going to happen. They do manage to get a bit of lockdown onto GH, but GH, he's got the full gang around as Mind Control turns with a roar. Flame Break onto the 2 of them into the arrow. You couldn't have written it any better. Nigma, triple kill for Miracle. They are rolling over Liquid right now in this game 1. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm going to say that's not true. My prediction for quickest game of the day was 20 to 30 minutes. So if they could hold on for another minute, I'll be happy. Don't call it yet. Oh, no, you're right. It was 18 to 30.
18, we're good, man.
They can call it. They can call it. I've already got my prediction right. Of course, assuming that there's not going to be a game faster than this today, but I don't see anyone winning a game faster than this today.
Oh,
this is very fast.
Oh, look at him go.
He's able to just take Quaifa right out of the base. True form or not, it doesn't matter. Quaifa taking a heavy old beat down. Miracle jumps in straight onto Insania. They'll turn over towards Boxy. The Vessel crushing him here as he has to retreat with the Timber Chain. A fortification buys them a little brief moment of respite. But you know that Nigma is not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Boxy, again, getting knocked out. He has been silenced. The cloud down. The arrow comes in. Won't find the connection. Weehar does get heavily stunned. They pop the heal. Hand of God won't save it. Liquid are able to take down one of the strong cores of Nigma. Weehar's gone. See what they can do with it, though. It's not going to be a lot. As soon as they step outside of the base after killing one of the heroes, the other 4 members of Nigma, they're still hanging around. They blow up Mickey, turn over towards Tiger. Killing one hero is just not enough right now. They need so much more than that. The sort of the last hurrah, you would imagine, from this smoke. Everybody making a move out of the base together from Liquid. Nigma are pretty prepared, though. Miracle already with a wraparound in place. They do lead in onto Weehar, trying to fully commit to bring down the bat. With the root, they will be able to do so. They get Weehar. Can they get more? They turn over towards Miracle. Miracle is underneath the tower, does still have the Aegis. A buyback comes in from Insania. They'll pop him the once. See if they can set up for a second time as he's deep by this tier 2. Instant root. They'll be able to bring him down again. Liquid may be able to turn the tables just a little bit. They do need more from this. They are trying to chase for it. The rest of Nigma are on the retreat. Mickey, he finds the grab. The Remnant's out. He's able to pull back Mind Control. Mind Control turns with the roar onto the bear to make sure that he doesn't get rooted. But Mickey, he's the one with further control. Uses up Mind Control. The bear closes in. It's a 3rd kill for Liquid as Nigma slip up.
The Ixwa killed the book. Oh. That was a nice bait play by Liquid, though. Just setting up for Boxy down bottom. I didn't see, but I think Weehawk actually had a second to use his BKB. But anyway, back to the game quickly as Mickey.
Still got the Dissimilate and a couple of Astral steps, but perfect timing from Kuro. He's in with the Sensor. There's no chance for the Dissimilate animation.
GH trying to line up for the arrow.
Arrow won't quite make it, and Boxy does have that Invis rune. No detection on the front lines. Boxy will be able to sneak away. Liquid is stepping out, still with a few heroes under the cover of smoke. Another Remnant out.
DD on Miracle. They smoke immediately on that one, him and Kuro. They're trying to get a wraparound.
Let's see if they can grab GH. trying to maintain control, taking these sentries out. We are looking for the reach in with the flame break. Won't quite be able to grab anyone. Over they go to Tiger. Tiger, he's got the Ghost Scepter, will also be cold embraced. Can he actually escape this? He cannot. Another jump in from Miracle and a quick slice with the double damage. Bring down the Grim. The top lane pushing in as well as mid.
Miracle's in. He wants Boxy.
I mean, he's nearly going to get it. In fact, he does. That in combination with GH's Spirit Vessel meant that there was no help for Boxy. Could change his destiny there.
Quickly push out that lane, and then they can keep Liquid trapped inside of the base for the time being, and still continue to grow that lead. And as you mentioned earlier, do they have any items coming out? Not really as Weehaw. He has the blink, he gets the grab.
A quick combo that we've seen them execute a few times this game. Lasso into arrow.
Yep.
Okay. When your position sort of 5 just straight up buys a hex at 26 minutes, you know the game's going pretty well.
Yeah, and when you're playing with one of your main cores is a very reliable hero on his mobility, and you have a hex to play against now, it makes things complicated.
Yeah.
As Miracle,
he's in. I mean, he really has no fear this game. He is diving forward. Maybe he needed to do so. If they do turn on him. Miracle, he's trying to get out of this. He's falling low. He's still alive somehow. He does manage to jump over to the neutrals. He's actually going to get away with diving in as aggressively as he is because of how far ahead his team is. He even jumps back in. He is not scared whatsoever as the whole Nigma team move into the base of Liquid, knocking back Mickey. Mickey trying to escape with the dissimulate. They're going to call it. They're going to call it. GG is there 27 minutes in. 36 to 10, 24,000 net worth lead for Nigma at the end of that one. And you know, as we said, from the draft onwards, it was a very clear game plan that Nigma had. And Liquid, they obviously felt they had an answer, a way to slow them down with their lineup, but we just didn't see it here at all. The bear is back, Fogged. You know, we saw it in game 1, didn't have a lot of success. I got to say, along with Cinder, Grim, and Purge, I got to agree with Purge as well, though. I think it is a better lineup from Liquid in comparison to what we saw in game 1.
You know, as we said, this is going to be some funny lanes that come out here when you're playing when you're Darkseer versus no stun. You're just looking to catch these waves. GH looks like he's going to get a courier for free. Okay.
He is. And Mekkei's gonna lose that one. TP will come in down bottom, and arrows attempted onto Mind Control. Tiger will be able to roll forward, get the connection. That'll secure the first blood for Liquid. Tiger's able to make the quick move and put a stop to his shenanigans, grabbing the creep wave around. Sweetheart in the river. He's going to try and play his chance, heading down to the bottom for the 4-minute room, but he's falling a little too low, so Quoifer's going to be able to push him away. GH trying to secure it for him. The root, but Quoifer, he's just beating into him. He's not letting Weehaw get any closer, and Tiger with the wraparound is getting on top of the Ember Spirit. Weehaw uses the Sleight of Fist. He's got the Fairy Fire, but another root is there. They'll get the kill. GH will be able to jump in, find the trade onto Tiger, but of course Liquid, they'll be the ones happier with this. Rolling on mid. Weehaw.
Mid.
He's feeling the heat once again, and not to his favor, even as the Ember Spirit. Quoifer's chasing him down. One root should be enough for the setup. Sleight of Fist buys him a moment, but he still goes down. Quoifer having an excellent start this time around, game 2.
You can understand why he's doing that, because he's going to have to be moving around quite a lot. And Mind Control, not the greatest level either to kind of boost him up with an IH, only level 4 at the moment. Miracle.
Boxy getting right in on top of him. Tiger able to find the connection with the roll in. Miracle's going to go for the TP out. Have they got the damage? They do. That's Miracle out of the lane and out of the TP too, so he'll have no quick way to get back onto the map after respawns. Weeha's tried to come in to go for some sort of action in response, but he's taken a heavy beating from Boxy. He's got to back off and bottle up.
Yeah, and normally it's like, oh, you see Nigma doing this down bottom. They're trying to make space for the Spectre, but like you said, Mickey, he's up top, not really letting Miracle farm nicely up there at all. As Quake for bottom, gets the root.
Silence as well.
Silence as well.
That's going to cause a huge issue for Weehaw as he has to back off straight off. He pops the Sleight of Fist. The light gets popped down, bringing back in Kuro to the root. Kuro will fall. They step over towards Mind Control. He's got another surge as he attempts to juke away. Insania looking for the knockback. Boxy moving in. They'll buff up the cooldown on his spells. Another silence in play as Mind Control trapped in the trees. Rooted as well. It's another kill for Liquid. The arrow will be easily dodged by Liquid as Nigma. Got to be careful with Weehaw and GH just backing away.
Man, the biggest thing really is like, yeah, the 5K golden, but I'm just looking at the levels. Weehaw, level 7. Mind Control now hit level 7, so they've got their, you know, that level, that max ion shell. They're trying to make use of it.
There's some big dives here. We are going in under the tier 1. Roll forward from Tiger. They drop down the sentry. We are got the chains. He jumps over to the side, but the silence is there from Tiger into the pit from Quoikfer's bear. He's going to end up going down. They pop the Sonic Wave, knocking back the 3 of them, but Quoikfer does fall. Nigma able to get a trade. Moonlight Shadows popped as Nigma reposition. Kuro just drops down the death ward, looking for Tiger. Tiger's able to roll away, and he will manage to make it. GH still stepping in, see if he can get the charge out onto Tiger. Will be able to do so, but Tiger, he's still got the 1 charges. He's going to be okay. Boxy steps in with the Siphon onto GH. GH does still have 2 leaps available. Miracle goes in under the tower to kill off Insania. A surge up on Mind Control as he backs off from Mickey, but with a jump forward and a scream, Nigma, they're all falling low. A time with the paralyzing cask of the paralyzing taunt to Mickey doesn't matter as Mickey steps forward, takes down Kuro, another blink in. Mickey's ready for another. Weehaw jumps forward, gets the chains off onto Mickey. Can they kill this Quap? The blinks back up. Mickey's able to get away. They chase it, but the maledict damage, it was enough. The last tick is able to bring down Mickey, so Nigma will find something in response. They go over towards Boxy, or does Boxy go over towards them? Steps in with the Siphon onto Mind Control. Mind Control barely lives with the Fairy Fire. Will manage to stay alive here, and that looks like it will be that. You see big items coming out. Yeah, that's a quick timing. 16 minutes.
An Ember versus an Orchid. This is a 3,800 net worth Ember.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough one for sure. He's looking for the aggressive plays. He's got the Ion Shell on him. Tiger.
See if they can finish him off though. Tiger with the bracer. Got a bit of tank to him. The Haunt does come into play, but the Sonic Wave knocks back both Weehaw and Mind Control. They pop down the Death Ward. Kuro will fall. Mickey's able to jump out. They couldn't even find the Quap. Weehaw ticking down to the Magnetize. They do manage to finish him with the Maledict. Weehaw does go down though to that damage from the Poison Dagger from Mickey. Miracle still having a bit of a poke with them. He's got to respect the bear though. Quoikfer with a very quick Desolator timing.
They're showing some fighting force. They're trying not to allow Liquid to just like set up and play their own game. I feel like Nigma's just trying to cause chaos, because if they just let Liquid play their game, they're just going to set up and take every tower. So making these aggressive moves is quite good.
It should be an easy rush. They know that there's no Haunt. I mean, even with it, Nigma's lineup just doesn't pose a threat to the 5-man of Liquid, as they band together to take down the Roshan. Insania dies bottom, but he has no problem with that whatsoever. Just, if anything, keeping any attention away from the pit. Not that it was required, really, with how strong Liquid is right now with the 7K lead. And now the Aegis on Mickey. Of course, he has been the one, as was said, to die the last few times to the Maledict.
As Nigma is far too weak to be able to fight them there. And now back to farming and pushing those lanes out. Mickey back in his home up top, but it's actually responding. He sees Weehaw bottom, and he has an Orchid, so he feels very confident.
Then they go with the first silence. Follow-up silence from Boxy. That's a kill that's going to happen every single time until Weehaw has got that Yules done. Oh, he is out on his own right now.
Yeah, Mind Control's pushing out bottom, maybe trying to bait Liquid a little bit. They're thinking more down there to allow them to catch this Lone Druid up top.
They're going to get vision of him. They know that he's here. This should be a pretty free setup. He'll pop the true form. Let's give him a decent extra bit of HP, but those cask bounces causing issues as Quoikfer cannot step away. Nigma able to find a high-value catch.
Maledict too strong when it's maxed.
Kuro's not complaining.
No.
He's rolling in the money. 900 gold. He can, as he see fits, what he wants to buy into. Mid lane, Tiger goes for the roll-in.
Nice kickback.
Yeah, into the silence. He's got to be used up by Boxy. Buying time for Mickey to come in with the follow-up Orchid silence. And it's a kill well done. Kuro is going to go for the cask. And he's kind of doing it. He's going to take down Tiger with him. So Kuro not to go down without a fight. Will manage to get the support trade in that regard. They are looking for GH. GH out with a TP. Yules wasn't...
It's a long TP.
Oh, it is there in time. You're right.
No, poor GH.
It wasn't the shortest it could have been. Tries to stay out on the map, and in that, it costs him his life.
GH nails Boxy with the arrow. Boxy's down very low. Oh my god, he almost died. The tower was just nailing him the whole time.
Oh, Mickey. He's in under the tower. Straight on to GH. Bear's coming in as well. It's tier 2. It's gone, and Tiger, he wants to kill as well. He's diving in, looking for GH. GH will be able to stay hidden in the trees. Another arrow flies out. Weehaw having a poke at them from the back, but he's got to be wary. That bear gets on top of him one route. Will kill him, Mickey. In onto Kuro. Orchid silence is there. Kuro's trying to escape. The chains do hold back the bear. The Voodoo Restoration is healing him up. As Kuro, can he get back up to the high ground in time? He's trying, but Quaitfa's got the bear on top of him. Kuro goes down. Tiger playing around with both with both GH and Weeha in the trees. The silence is there into the kick. They get the kill onto GH. Weeha, he's jumped across. He's low on the mana though. The bear's in. The fear into the root, into the silence, into the sonic wave. They've got the combo required to kill off the Ember. Weeha dead once again, and with 3 down, Liquid, they've got good space to push up to the high ground.
Yeah, even though they didn't... Whoa, the Hunt actually jumps forward. He gets Taiga. All right. Sneaky little play. And
they're surging him. He's going to try. He's surged up.
He's
going
fast.
for Mickey. Mickey, one hit away from dying. The Yules is there, into the silence. Miracle couldn't quite get Mickey. Mickey's going to play it safe from a distance. Quaitfa, the fear into the roots. He has the control. Or does he for Miracle? He does. The Siphon will finish him. Boxy gets the kill. Nigma, they're still trying to fight on Kuro. He's got the Death Ward if he wants to lay it down, and he will. Looking for Insania. The silence is thrown out from Boxy, though. Puts a quick stop to the Death Ward. Slide down to the low ground with the Force Staff. Insania still alive. Knocked back as well. Pushing Mind Control over the wall. Insania still living right now. GH trying to finish him. He will get him with the right clicks. Takes him down. Boxy commits with the BKB over towards Kuro with that silence, but it's not enough damage. In fact, Boxy, he's got to be a little bit careful himself. The 3 heroes, they're turning onto him. He goes for the TP out with the man of the BKB, but the timing for GH, he sees the window where the BKB ends before the TPT is successful. The arrow connects, and they do manage to kill off Boxy. He's trying to get that for the next fight, then he at least will have some way of entering in without having the warrior being entirely controlled by Liquid's lineup. Smoke from Insania, 25 seconds and the Will-O-Wisp will be there. Dive in under the tower. Mickey, he's looking for GH. GH rolled in upon by Tiger. He's able to kick him back away from the rest of his team. There's no help for the Mirana. GH falls. The tier 2 getting taken out. Miracle able to find the space to finish that Manta. So now definitely a bit of a trickier target to get. Still not necessarily the biggest of threats though. Mid lane.
Weeha.
Yules into the roll forward. Weeha just instantly getting controlled outside the base. Was not able to back off in time. Kuro stands his ground with the Death Ward. There'll be a buyback from Weeha. Can he save Kuro? Kuro pops the 1 charges. Boxy lines up the Crypt Swarm. Nukes down the Witch Doctor. Liquid, they're up to the high ground. The Bear onto the tier 3. They're going to need the defense to come into place soon. GH is back up in 5. The tier 3, it's already gone. They head forward with the Spectre, but the straight Yules up into the silence. The vacuum wall's down, but Boxy, he pops the BKB. They're trying to stick their efforts onto this Rax. Can they get it? The Bear is down. The Rax are slowly going. They will finally die. They got what they came for. Nigma unable to push them back in time as they lose the melee Rax in mid. Weeha doesn't quite get the chains catch there. Something that we really don't see from them that much anymore nowadays. At least not nearly the same frequency as when this team first began to play.
No, they've actually split themselves up nicely, not getting baited to go for those bounties. Insania, Glimmer, he's walking right through them. He just walked, okay. He walked right through the Darkseer as well as that Mirana, because that Glimmer. Boxy has BKB and TP if you'd like to.
He's kind of deep.
Uh-oh. You waited a long time for that one.
I mean, why? Why, folks? Why? Why? I mean, I guess Exorcism's still on cooldown for 30 seconds. He's like, dude, well, when I don't have Exorcism, my team doesn't need me. My team doesn't care. They only care when I have Ghosts. So he just goes and dies on his own up top.
I guess he just thought he was a lot tankier because he has Solar Crest plus the Dragon skill, but yeah, Spectre
now,
through that with
Insania. You give Nigma sort of that one little bit of an opening, and they will turn it into 1 kill into 2 kills. Roche is up.
They are all set up in the area, at least, but there is wards now. You see Nigma, they've gotten their vision down to at least watch when people
do. No buyback available on Boxy. He's got to wait 10 seconds. Quaitfa is going to be able to bring the Bear in, but Nigma's going to get this. Those 2 deaths there will mean that Miracle has the Aegis. Liquid still have a very strong fight, though. They head in with the Sonic Wave onto Kuro. They jump over straight away onto Mind Control and Miracle. They'll find Mind Control as well as a triple kill for Mickey. Miracle will be able to get out in time. So Liquid are able to bring the fire, as you would expect for a team that's 18k ahead. It's going to be definitely harder for Nigma to contest than them coming to their own high ground defense. Not to say that they won't. We do know that Nigma, in these games, even when behind, they're still willing to make these aggressive movements. Boxy, they're going to try and go in. The Horn is popped. Boxy instantly with the BKB. Both Kuro and Mind Control getting silenced. Tiger opting for the rollout. The Horn on the back lines. Miracle, he's gone straight into the center of this fight. He's already used the Manta. That's the Aegis gone the once. He needs the rest of his team to come in and help him. Boxy pops the Ghost, but his BKB has already been used. Silence out, Vacuum's there as well, but Miracle instantly just gets burst the second time. 2 back-to-back deaths there from the Spectre. The Aegis and his real life taken away. He will now buy back in an attempt to turn this fight around, but Liquid, this time, they're keeping a solid hold of it. It's a double kill for Quaifa. Mind Control tries for the TP out. They have the damage to ensure that he will not get away. This fight should secure the finishing blow here for Liquid. 3 dead on Nigma. Buyback comes out from Weeha.
They still have a cheese up on Weeha, but taking the heads-up fights, I mean, we're just seeing how strong Liquid really is when they do have their whole arsenal together.
Yeah, I mean, their heroes are just stacked. Deso, Basher, MKB, Quaifa.
4 shots to Rex.
No reason really to stop the push. Exorcism's back in a couple of seconds.
Oof, and now it's an Abyssal Blade Bear. So that's a lot scarier. Easier ways for them to set up pretty much everything. And that bear, he really does hurt.
Yeah, he gets a grab on you. And, I mean, what sort of defensive measures do they have? They do have to force some mind control. At least some way of sort of tearing them apart from them. Boxy. He's going to turn with the Siphon onto Miracle. Miracle on the mana. He's going to have to go base for the refuel, but he's still trying to fight with this. They're bottling him up so that they can keep there on the front, try and push them back at least, try and waste some of the time of this Exorcism. Jump forward with the Abyssal Blade, into the brawl. This Spectre's in trouble. He's kicked outside of the base. He's away from the rest of his team. They cannot save him. Miracle goes down. No buyback on the Spectre. Liquid, they turn their attention over towards the tier 3. The cask is out onto Quaifa's Bear. Boxy moving in with the BKB, charging straight forward towards GH. Miracle with no way of re-entering this action. His buyback still on cooldown from that previous fight. And without their Spectre, the only hero that had any sort of farm, this looks very, very bad for Nigma at this stage of the game. Cheese is blocked by Weeha, but he's just torn apart by this bear. They'll be able to claim the Megas, and Nigma already starting to think of what they're going to do to try and swing this back in game 3. As this game 2 is well and truly over. GG is caught by Kuroki. And Nigma, they got hit just as hard as Liquid did in game 1. This was just as back and forth, a little bit slower, you know, a bit more methodical from Liquid with the way they shut this one down, but it definitely at a comparable lead. 37,000k advantage for Liquid. This game, it was always in their hands.
PL matchup against Morph is kind of a classic. Runs at the Morphling. Morphling uses Replicate on the Phantom Lancer. There's a lot of illusions everywhere. You never really know what's going to go on.
Die a lot. So we'll see how it plays out as we see the rotations coming out. Lesh versus Squap top. And it is going to be a dual lane versus tri-lane bottom. Taiga trying to get aggressive early.
And leading onto Miracle, they've got the root as well. They'll be able to do a good amount of damage here. Miracle, he's just straight up dead. The 3 of them collapse upon him. First blood to Mickey.
Great move by Taiga. Liquid can just choose to go on a target even if they're standing in the middle of the lane. They can just throw their abilities because they have different ways to tank the battery assault with the illusions that can come up from the PL. And yeah, now they just have a clear level advantage. They're just going to keep going and punching it.
I mean, we see it here. Kuro, in they go. He's trying to run, but Taiga Mickey on top of them. And now they'll turn their attention over towards GH and Miracle, who do manage to finish off Taiga in response with that waveform. So able to get the trade this time, Nigma. The Queen of Pain definitely getting the better half of the share out of this 1v1.
Absolutely. And it's also like, not even just including the clockwork. I mean, Queen of Pain should win that lane, but then you throw any rotation from GH and it's very scary as Weeha.
Taiga just leads him with a walking gang. Lays down the Nature's Grasp and Quaifa runs him down with the Ghost. As Weeha will fall. Yeah, ever so important for Weeha to have this tower intact so he can remain in this area and get that 6. Even though the towers there, he needs TPs. They are coming. GH is heading over. But can he actually get them off the Visage? As Taiga and Quaifa stay on top, another TP comes through, and a third TP, 3 TPs coming over to mid. They've got to save their mid laner. They'll be able to jump in with the Sonic Wave onto the 2 of them. GH pushing Quaifa off to the side. Living Armor will not save this Death Prophet, as Nigma, this time around here in Game 3, they're not going to let Weeha die a second time in this mid. That CP was in play from Taiga. Miracle, we'll see how much he wants to try and poke around with Mickey. Just have to be a little careful, but at the same time, GH has hit the 6, and he's also got an invis room, so good potential here with the
to save top. Boxy, he actually gets false promise at 30 HP. He's on mind control.
And with that, he's going to be not fine.
Not fine.
Not fine. They tried their best there. South did come out.
Yeah, and you have to, right? Because there's so much burst damage too, Nigma, that can come out if you don't get it at the right time.
If they can get the catch here. The smoke, trying to close in on to mind control. Kuro is in the trees, turns with the magic missile onto Tiger, attempted with the blink out, but the stun's there, swapped him to the side, but Tiger's in with the overgrowth onto the turret, the mind control's locked down, still gets the blink off, he'll be able to get away, they turn over towards Kuro. Kuro, he will be left behind by the rest of his team. We are straight up with the TP out. They'll only lose Kuro, and this was Quake for popping the Exorcism.
That is the full Ethereal Blade for Miracle on top of a Vambrace and triple Wraith Band. So we were talking about high burst damage. Now they have even more so with him getting that space.
Yeah, that's true. We're sort of, he's been farming away quite silently down here. As GH, he's in onto Insania. As the E-Blade, Miracle will be able to get himself the first kill there with the reveal. Quake's getting nuked low. Miracle doesn't want to dive in with the waveform underneath the tier 2 tower. GH still trying to chase down Tiger. In fact, the birds are here. They're on to Quakefer. Quakefer has got the movement speed to get away from Weehar and Kuro. Boxy, he's not going to be as fortunate though. The familiar stuns are out into the magic missile. Living armor is there. Boxy is getting healed up. Swat back straight out of the Yules. As you said, that Yule Scepter just proven to be immediately a useless purchase. It did nothing for it.
And Quakefer goes down as well.
Just casually behind tier 3s.
And the swap again. I mean, at this swap,
I mean, now Mickey!
And Mickey.
He's got to run! False promise comes out. Mickey will be able to turn on to Miracle. GH trying to hold them back. The cogs are out. Will push back Mickey. They are healing him up. He is going to be fine. Will not pop the false promise enough to keep him safe. GH trapped in the nature's grasp does die. Quick response there from Insania with the Fate's Edict to make sure there was no follow-up magical damage to burst him down. It's come out at an incredible pace. And this Quap is not an easy kill at all.
No,
very, very tanky.
Damage is definitely going to be tough for Liquid here. Like Crimson Guard plus that Graves, like we were mentioning. They're getting the setup here on Weehawk.
Quakefer, he's trying to go in with the Ghost. He's just burst. And that's the Exorcism. Oh, no, he's just summoned up his own Ghost. He dies straight away. GH is in under the tower. Set up there onto Insania. Goodbye. As Miracle blasts him in the face with the E-Blade. I mean, that doesn't look great for Liquid. Nigma taking out the Roshan, grabbing themselves the Aegis. There we have it. Miracle will take it. They already had trouble killing him once. It's
biggest thing really is just getting Quakefer BKB, because then he can at least not get popped by Ethereal Blade combo and the Soul Assumption instantly and avoid the stun. Yeah. That's one thing that could help a bit, but he can't find any farm. He's actually just hit no creeps in the last minute that he's been walking around here.
And there we go. TP down bottom. They want to try and play onto Mickey. They're coming in. GH with a hook shot straight into the backside of Kuro. That won't do it.
Top tower has fallen.
As Miracle, he's turned into the PL in an attempt to keep chasing. It's a bit of a hard grab. Mickey with his own doppelganger looking for the micro jukes. And Miracle's going to turn over towards Boxy instead. E-Blade combo comes into play. Insania will be quick with the reactions to try and keep him safe. For Miracle, he's just forcing Insania to false promise himself. Mickey will be able to turn and take the Venge out. And GH is also falling to the PL. Mickey doing a great job of getting on the backliners. Jump over from mind control. The auras come out with the Crimson buff. Over to Weehawk they go, but a big sonic wave on the three of them knocks them back. Mickey with a double doppel is still alive, but they will find him amongst the illusions. They kill off the PL. Quakefer nuked down by the E-Blade. Boxy cannot TP out in time as Miracle's in with the adaptive strike. Cancels the TP. It's a triple kill for Miracle as 4 go down on Liquid. Mickey there with his best attempts to try and claw the fight back in favor of Liquid. 26 minutes in, it is just the fact that, you know, this game, it's still relatively young, you know, just 26 minutes into the action. But Nigma's caused this Miracle, Morph, E-Blade, Eagle Song, swap out. That's one of Liquid's cores gone. Boxy, they just don't have a leg to stand on these cores.
And they can't get farm. And like Boxy and Quakefer are desperately trying to get farm, but they just get quickly swapped out. And now GH
just straight into the back lines. We are sends the familiars forward. Tiger's trying to get the overgrowth off. Will manage to find it. They do manage to get the stun onto Miracle as well. Miracle's shifting the wrong direction, but he still lives. They didn't have enough control to finish him. He turns E-Blade nuke onto Mickey. Mickey has to buy back. Over they go to Boxy. The false promise comes out just in time. Boxy, he's looking to push back Kuro. Kuro staying out of the range of the ghost. Quakefer trying to chase him. Kuro into the trees. Kuro, he's actually juked him out. Kuro's still alive here. Finally falls. They do manage to get the Aegis. Can they kill Miracle a second time? They surround him. He's already shifted heavily into strength. Jump forward from Miracle. From Mind Control. He's trying to push back the back lines. Give Miracle the space he needs to get out. Mickey staying on top of Miracle as best as he can. Miracle still has a fair bit of mana. Goes for the self-E blade. He's going to play defensively. Goes for the TP out. Weehar as well. TP's out. Nothing to cancel him as Weehar was able to knock down a familiar onto Quakefer, stopping Quakefer from getting in range with the Yule Scepter. To have the favor of the repair kit to try and slow things down, but as you can see with the right clicks Nigma's got to offer, this tower still taking a heavy beating through the kit.
Telescope plus Venge with the Morphling. Morph actually can just hit the tower easily from the low ground. He doesn't have to put himself in a risky position up there.
Oh, and GH is in. He's able to get the hook shot and the swap setup from into Kuro's play to get Quakefer out of position. Has to put the BKB. Miracle goes in trying to nuke down Insania. Wasn't quite enough damage, so Insania will live. BKB out for Quakefer. They turn over towards GH. He's caught in the trees. They kill off the clock. Buyback from Insania as he finally forced the rocket play of GH. They step in over towards Miracle. He started to shift into strength. Silence will end. He's able to jump out. Kuro goes for the swap onto Boxy. Sonic Wave's there, but Insania was in time with the false promise, keeping Boxy alive for now at least. Turns with the stun onto Kuro. They'll take down the Venge. Over they go towards Weehar as well. Boxy, he'll back up to full. Weehar being focused. He's falling low. Can they finish him off? The whole team of Liquid chasing him down, but Weehar, he's able to get the speed back up with the Grave Chill. Finally comes to an end. Mickey closes the gap. The Spirit Loves. The Diffusal Blade slow. They'll kill off Weehar as well. Liquid will manage to hold and push back Nigma. Miracle with a DD will be able to make quick work of it. They're scouting it out with the illusions though, Mickey. Illusions will end and Miracle's in. Take this Roche so very, very fast, yeah. E-Blade, Butterfly, and a DD. Fully shifted into the Agi.
Yeah, just dies without any type of minus armor besides that Venge.
GH. He's also finding an opportunity. He's in on a Quake for the false promise. Does come out early as required. Swap there onto GH to keep him safe. The daggers are flying out. Sonic Wave pushing them back. The overgrowth is there as Mickey is in on the backlines trying to find Weehar, but he's losing the rest of his team. Both Quakefer and Insania, they're out of it. Dagger in onto Boxy. Slowed down, shot down by Miracle with that adaptive strike as it's a triple kill for the Morph. Mickey will find GH. They have lost two, but Miracle, he's just cleaning up. This Morph is out of control. It's an ultra kill for him. The three heroes dead on Liquid are without buyback, so there should be an opportunity for Nigma. Another tier 3 taken as Nigma ready to go up to the high ground. Necro books out, the push coming in as they look to try and take down both of the racks here. They're doing a good job of it. This melee rack's it's gone. They'll get themselves half of it. Range racks as well also nearly down. Miracle's going to come back in and finish that off very, very quickly as well with the stats he has. Mickey's got his item after the heart done. The Monkey King bar is there.
Okay, he just gets reclaimed as well just now. Weehar, they're looking to go on him.
They're charging in. Mickey is going for this Visage, but already that's just a death profit. Quakefer focused down by both GH and Miracle. He'll come in with the buyback. Tiger taken out. Miracle turns his attention over towards Boxy. Insania with a false promise will keep Boxy alive. Mickey still trying to just clear through the front line of Nigma, pushing them back. Kuro swapping onto Quakefer. It's got him right into the reaches of Miracle. He uses up post the BKB as well. Kuro will die for this one, but so will Quakefer. Waveform forward is to die back on the Death Prophet. Triple kill once again for Miracle as he's just bursting through the entire lineup of Liquid. They're being pushed back towards the fountain. Nothing being held back by Nigma as they go for force Liquid in to heal up and buy the space required to take down this bottom set of tier 3s and barracks. There's a full Hex on Mind Control. Boxy and Mickey, they're the last two left alive. Mind Control jumps in. The Hex reveal is there. Immediately disposes of Boxy. Hook shot across. Mickey will fall. He is without buyback. Did fully commit for that MKB as this one looks like it's coming to an end with Nigma cleaning up the base, cleaning up the heroes. Boxy will die yet again. GG is called and Nigma take game 3, and with that the series is theirs 2-1.
Ooh. Those swaps, honestly, man. Kuroki looking hot in that one too.
They just made it.
Miracle just looked like a nice little combo. Miracle ending 21-5.